is overrated. Because a lot of my spelling errors are attributed to words that spell check is saying something else. So, you know, I know how to spell. It's twofold. Spell check's overrated and I don't really care. What's that? Oh, Gronkowski.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't my fault. See, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. We misspelled Gronkowski, the shirt. I spelled it correctly. Graphic designer spelled it incorrectly. So, whose fault is that? Yeah, do we ever think of doing the podcast? We do. You know, I'm sure everybody says this. We stopped doing it. We just ran out of time. It's, like, we stopped it right when Stoolapalooza started because we were all over the place. And lately, we've been running all over the place. And it's just nonstop. I mean, we had a party Friday night. We're at St. Ames in New Hampshire, like, partying there. Somebody threw a beer off my head, which was wonderful. You know, we're here Tuesday, we have the concert Friday, it's just a non-stop, and that's why we stopped, because believe it or not, to do an hour show on the Friday, which is what we're doing with the Power Hour, it takes an hour to prepare for it, you're on the hour, on air for an hour, so the blogs just get left behind. Our blogs are, see that crushed my confidence right there. Our blogs are the bread and butter. Would I like to do more? Yeah, and you know, we get 1,001. Everything from Spike TV to MTV to books. Hey, do this, do this, do this. It's always the same pitch to us. If it works, we'll pay you. If not, no harm, no foul. We don't have the time for it. It's like we're too busy doing what we do. We have to concentrate on that, and we don't let ourselves get sidetracked with that. I don't care who it is, unless somebody's like, hey, we'll pay you, you know, 30 grand to write this. Fine. Other than that, no. In the videos? Favorite thing people have said in the videos? Oh, sent in. Ooh. There's been a lot. I don't know. I mean, favorite videos, I'd have to go back probably to that list of like the top 100 videos. I still love, you know, the Jersey Shore going to Belmar in my car video. That's like one of my all-time favorites. I mean, there's just endless stuff. Obviously, what people like, it doesn't take rocket science. People like when I get in fights with people. They like when somebody doesn't necessarily know like who they're talking to, not like, I'm big bad, but they don't know that I'm going to post the email chains. That's always a favorite. Like, for example, again, you don't know how long people have read. There was a cross-country runner from like St. John, Shrewsbury, who like passed out towards the end of the finish line. And we posted that, and all of a sudden, the cross-country community was up in an outrage. Like, how can you make fun of that kid? So, stuff like that's always gold. Like, you know, I just keep sending it to me, is what I think when I read it. You know, so that stuff's always good. And then the videos, I mean, it's just, I know right away when we get something that's good that nobody else has. For example, yesterday we did the Boston mascot showdown with Big Daddy Smooth, who people love, and the epically huge super fan. People like that, stuff you can't see anywhere else. But I don't have favorites, just so much stuff with that. Yep.
Have you ever gotten sued for any of the stuff you post?
We've been threatened a ton. Like, anytime somebody doesn't like something, the question was, have we ever been sued? Anytime anybody doesn't like something, they threaten to sue us. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. Take it down or else we're going to sue you. It's sent from like an anonymous hotmail, which is generally not, you know, how you actually get sued. Nobody's ever followed through, primarily because we don't make stuff up. I mean, we don't lie. A lot of what we talk about is stories that are in the newspapers, and it's our opinion on it, or it's a video, and it's like, are you going to say that you didn't, you know, just throw up because I just watched you throw up? So you can't sue somebody for the truth. So it's really hard. Facebook sometimes gets gray, and they're always changing their rules. So it's kind of tough to tell on Facebook. We do get permission, but you know, if you get funny stuff on Facebook, you know, I'm sure everybody knows. It never amazes me what people put on Facebook. It's like, you know, you're a high school captain. You're 17 years old, you probably shouldn't have pictures of you chugging beer on Facebook. But people still do it. And again, here's a misconception, we're not creeps. Well, we kind of are, but we're not. Like, I'm not scrolling Facebook looking for trouble. really not. It's not what I want to do. But if somebody sends us, the Patriot cheerleaders are a perfect example. They always are mad whenever we post anything. And they think we go out of their way looking to like embarrass them, which we don't. But if people send us stuff about the Patriot cheerleaders, I almost feel morally like obligated to post it. If we don't, somebody else is. And that's what we do. So, you know, if you were sleeping next to a guy passed out with a SWAT sticker on him, like, don't get mad at me. I didn't do that. Like, and I didn't find it. People sent it to me. Yep. Yeah, how do I like being called the tastemaker? I love it. I mean, who wouldn't know? Yeah, it's, whatever. That guy came out with the article in the Herald, they call us the tastemaker. I don't know how true it is again. We help. MSN actually is running a contest for somebody to be called the tastemaker, which I feel like I can sue them. Yep.
What was the deal with private eye around the office? Is that settled?
Yeah, the private eye, for those who don't know, we had a PI who went to my mother-in-law's house and left his business card, which said private investigator on it. It took him like 4 months to find me. Found me maybe 3 weeks ago. I actually blogged it. And in one of the more shocking turn of events, he wanted to pay me to take down an article I wrote about this kid who played club lacrosse at Trinity or something like that. And, you know, he wrote this letter that people weren't taking club lacrosse seriously enough. So it ended up, he's like, how much can I pay you? We don't do that. Like I said, it's like, I'm not going to accept anything. You know, it is what it is. And that's a lax pro for you, by the way. Like, I wasn't the captain of the football team who did that. How much? 15? Last 15. All right, perfect. Yep.
You ever find out who left that note on your car after they brought you close to the car?
Never found out. The note on the car, nope, I never found out. But now I get 5 to 7 notes, like people being funny, leaving on the car. No, and that's the other stuff people obviously like. They like, as much as people comment, you know, a favorite pastime of the stoolies is one, I put a picture of myself or a video, and then you can leave 200 comments on how gross I am and how much I suck. Like, people love that. Like, if we're having a slow day, turn on the flip cam, be like, here's my face. Riled up.
Whatever the guy who was doing all the interviews with like Bridgewater Phil and like other.
Yeah, what happened to the guy who was doing the Bridgewater interviews? We got rid of him because he was never associated with us. For those who don't, there was a kid who said he wanted to do live stream interviews for Barstool Sports. Came to the office, met him, all right, whatever, try it, send us videos, if it's funny, we'll use it. He went to Bridgewater and was saying he was Barstool Sports. And again, I guess this goes with the creepy versus the not creepy. And most girls who have been to our parties will probably say about me, like, he's barely afraid to touch a girl, like with the picture, very like laid back. This guy was asking girls to do stuff we would never do in a million years, which was like, you know, say you want to bang our prez on camera and shit, like, we would never do that. That's not what we do. But he was doing it all over the place, and people getting offended. So it was like, see you later. So that was the end of it. He's kind of funny. But believe it or not, we don't, when we're at a party, we want everyone to have fun. It's not to get people to make jerks out of themselves. That won't, I mean, we're not like, you know, we're not girls gone wild. We want to be more like Wild on E. Actually, pretty embarrassing. Yep.
You ever post anything that looking back at say, maybe I should?
Have I ever posted anything that I looked back and said, I shouldn't have done that? There was 2, but I can't remember. One of them, Manzo. One of our writers, Manzo, this wasn't me, he put a license plate and he said, key this car. I knew that was bad news. Can't do that. Because like, cut him off or something. And I'm trying to think, there was one, and I was asking people about it too. Do you remember? I can't remember. There was one the other day that I can't remember. I remember asking, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done it. And I did it, and I can't remember what it was. But not anything too bad. I mean, that I